Walks, beautiful gardens, and a unique coffee shop. That's what we are going to try and discover. Apparently in this little village of Franschhoek, there is a coffee shop that has been built in a watermill. It is apparently one of the oldest watermills that exists in South Africa and has been restored. So we want to go and check it out and see how exciting and possibly unexpected it is. The coffee shop is at the beautiful Lecotte farm. Now, I'm going to tell you something, not just yet, about their symbol, that acorn. So we're going to share that very soon. So let's go and check out this incredible coffee shop. This is the Lecotte Gardens. They're absolutely beautiful. And the smell, again, I wish I could take the smell and give it to you guys. It's just that faint voice, that beautiful South African smell that just, you know, it's mind-blowing. They've got such lovely gardens here. So just to walk around the gardens and then beautiful views. At the moment, you've got the clouds coming over like a tablecloth. The sun is out. It's just an absolute stunning day. This looks like nothing, just looks like a whole lot of bush. But hidden in here is something totally unexpected with the most beautiful but tragic story. And let's see if we can get in here to find it. It doesn't look like much. It's a dead tree. So what? Well, there's something absolutely significant in this tree, tragic in this tree, and it is one of the most incredible stories in South Africa's history. So why is the acorn the symbol of Lecotte, and what does it have to teach us? In 1688, he was a French Huguenot who had to flee persecution in France and came and settled here in the Franschhoek area. And when he came, he brought with him 6 acorns to remember his beloved country, France. Settled here, and he planted these acorns in this area. And on the Lecotte farm, one of the acorns grew and grew and grew and became a huge and massive oak tree. And it sired all other little oak trees that popped up all around it. However, the story takes a tragic turn. Then in World War I, there was a battle, the Battle of the Somme, and particularly the Battle of Delville Wood. What happened is the South African infantry, along with some of the Allies, were told, take the wood at all costs. And so they tried. And they fought day after day in this wood while they were being shelled by the German artillery. It was relentless, but because the wood was so thick with trees, they couldn't dig, they couldn't make bunkers to hide in, and it was an absolute tragedy. 80% of the South Africans that were in that battle died. It was the largest loss for the South Africans in World War I. And at the end of the battle, the entire forest was destroyed, and only one tree remained, just burning husks. After World War I finished, there was the need to try and build some memorial to the brave soldiers who had given their lives. And it was decided that the South African government would buy Delville Wood. It's the only piece of land that South Africa actually owns in France, in Europe. And they bought Delville Wood. But then they had the idea, if only we could regrow the beautiful trees that were once there. We need to find the oldest oak in South Africa. And they came here to Lecotte Farm, and this is where they knew the oldest oak was. And those acorns were then brought back to France, to Delville Wood, and they replanted the wood once again. And today it is a beautiful and lush forest. And I think it's just an interesting story of loss, of someone fleeing their homeland, coming here for safety and for freedom. And then there's this great tragedy back in his homeland. And it's the life from here that goes back there, springs into life again to commemorate all those people that died in that tragic battle. And so that is the story of the acorn and the Lecotte farm. And sadly, as you can see, the great tree has fallen. Maybe that too is a symbol. It eventually blew over, but it hasn't finished, because not only are the little acorns now growing as mighty trees there in Delville Wood in France, all around the Lecotte farm, there is a testimony to all the little trees that have now grown up themselves into mighty oaks, a symbol of what is possible when we just have purpose and promise. So that is why the acorn is the symbol for Lacotte. It's a symbol of life out of death. It's a symbol of hope. It's also a memory of what happened. And so these beautiful oak trees are a testimony to that rich history and the tragedy also of war and human conflict. I'm sitting here outside where the special coffee shop is, and it's an old water mill that was built in the late 1700s. But what's really interesting is it was a lady by the name of Sarah Delport who ran the mill. Now, let's get this right. Back in the 1700s, women were not entrepreneurial. They were not doing these sort of things. Yet here she was in this probably pretty inhospitable area on a farm running the mill and providing all the flour for everyone. And so Sarah Delport started this mill. It's only been reopened and reconstructed and brought back to life after 118 years of it not being operating. And now there is a coffee shop inside, and that's what we're going to go and check out. Okay, time to go and check out the Mill House Coffee Shop. Wow, this is so unique. I mean, you can actually hear the little mill grinding over there. And wow, it's been restored so beautifully. I think after 118 years, this thing is now operating again. That is astounding. Right, very excited to be in your fantastic coffee shop.
Thank you so much for being here.
It's so original, and we would like to order your two very best ever decaf flat white. So we're really testing you, hoping that you ground the beans in the mill. Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh yes, fresh beans ground in the mill. Fantastic. Right, well, here's to trying the coffee at this new coffee shop. I really like the plates and the coffee cup, nice and original. And now for the taste test. And that's decaf. It is absolutely delicious. You're gonna have to come here and try it. And I've still got these other goodies to taste as well.